Hi, my name is Danielle Titus, and I'm an actor. I'm a lot of things. I'm an aspiring actor, I'm a musician, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter. I'm insanely silly and funny at all the wrong times. Well, that's a good question. I'm trying to find that out myself. Right now, for me, it's fun, and it's getting to tell somebody else's story in a super compelling way. That kind of came over time. I finally was able to admit to myself that I really love attention and I love telling a story. But I remember that I was teaching at a middle school. I was teaching music, and I saw all the kids preparing for their musical, and I was kind of jealous of them. I was like, man, you guys get to do this thing. And then my heart was like, maybe you're jealous because that's something that you want to do. And I took the jump after that. I quit my job and I was like, here we go. I think my 10-year-old self would be very disappointed that I didn't sing like Whitney Houston. Because, true story, I thought that when I grew up, I was gonna have this amazing voice, and I was like, it's gonna sound like Whitney Houston. So I think she'd be pretty bummed out, but she'd be stoked that I was living in California again, and I don't know, inspired to make it through middle school and high school, knowing where she's gonna end up. Completely random memory, but I remember there was one day when I was in high school and it was just my mom and me. My dad was gone on business, and we had tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches, and it was rainy outside, and we watched the Pink Panther, the one with Peter Sellers in it, one of those, and it was just silly and wonderful. And she had rosemary oil, so I always, when I smell rosemary, I think about that rainy day where we did nothing and it was perfect. I'm gonna twist that a little bit. I think that moving in the future, I think it's gonna shift. I think how we interact with it is gonna shift. I think that maybe one day our kids are gonna be like, I can't believe that like you were staring at a screen for that long. Like it's like smoking on airplanes or something. I feel like one day people are gonna be like, yeah, that was so dangerous. I'm a pretty confident person, but at the same time, I have crippling insecurity. And I'm self-conscious that the weird things about me are too much and that they're very repellent to people. Even saying the word actor is like, are you though? Are you though? Are you though? That's a big thing to say for me. Yes, I'm struggling, but that's not the question, right? Like the question is, am I overcoming? And yes, I'm overcoming. No, because I'm an obnoxious optimist, and I always know that the moment that I get out of the game, it's gonna be better. So it's hard for me to quit. My husband, Connor, you know him, you love him. Yeah, he's the reason that I'm in acting, actually. He was a big encouragement, and he was like, go for it. Like, let's do it. So just do it. Don't let anything stop you, and take enormous, massive risks and dream super, super big and work super, super hard. The work. Ooh, the work. The work is fun. The work is why I got into acting, because I was watching all these people and they were like I was helping a friend on set for like his own project, and I was seeing how people could work and they would never notice the time. They would just work and work and work, and then it would be like 16 hours, and they would be like, oh, I should eat. And I was jealous for that for myself. Like, I want to be able to be in something where I just forget the time. And that was acting for me. So it doesn't really feel like work. It feels like exciting and interesting, and like you're in the lab and you can kind of like maybe a little bit more of this. And sometimes it blows up and sometimes it works. And so I'm always like looking at different tools, different ways to go about things. It's fun. If they want to stay sharp, yeah. It was my grad school professor, Dr. Mendez. He was a big believer in the Force, as in, wah, 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 like the Star Wars Force. And he was a really, really tough teacher. And I think I failed the most with him, but he taught me to love it. He taught me that in trying that, I became stronger and that I became like more able and capable. So yeah, he really pushed me like farther than I thought that I could ever go, and that was super inspiring. I think going in already believing that I was different, it never allowed me to be grouped in. Well, I did have a life somewhere else, and I was in New York playing the piano, and so this kind of feels like a new life for me, being in LA and acting. So it's kind of nice to be able to switch between those. New York's fantastic. I think everyone should live in New York at least one time in their life for like a year, and you should step off the sidewalk into an icy puddle that ends up getting your socks wet, and just seeing people around you looking at you like, yeah, I've done that too. It's fantastic. I think fame is a magnifying glass, and I think that whatever you have inside of you is going to come out. My biggest fear is not living up to my potential. It's not doing the things that I have in my heart and getting to the end of my life and realizing I did nothing significant. That's terrifying. What makes you think that I'm sane right now? No, I'm sane. I'm totally sane. I exercise a lot. I try to do things where I'm just like in my body and I'm not thinking so much, and I can just move and forget about everything and just be. And then when I come back to all my problems, I have a much clearer head. Super gifted prodigy. Because I was surrounded by that in piano, all these people who were just like so brilliant, and I had a big imposter syndrome. I was like, I could never be that. But in acting, I can. My biggest distraction, me. I have so many ideas and things that I want to do, and if I don't focus, I can just kind of like get lost on all the bunny trails. No, I should hope it's not fair. Because sometimes you get things that you don't deserve. I think that keeps you humble. And sometimes you get things that you don't get things that you absolutely deserve, and that keeps you from being entitled to stuff. So yeah, I'm glad life isn't fair. I love living in the future. I love thinking about all the possibilities of what could be, and that's kind of like the little carrot that is dangled in front of me that keeps me like asking more questions and like looking for more possibilities. That's the thing that kind of captivates me right now. Hi, Danielle. First of all, you look amazing. Who does your work? You look amazing. Kidding, scratch that. Hi, Danielle. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you've done with what you have. And I just want to remind you that there's a 31-year-old girl who's looking up to you and looking up to everything that you're going to do and all the people that you're going to impact. So remember these moments. Remember where you came from and what you did. Remember your love and your hope, and keep taking really massive risks, because it's all going to be worth it.